Hello and welcome to the Ilene Silverman Show. I'm your host Ilene, and on this week's program we feature the Miss Gainesville Scholarship Program with Executive Director Rachel Smith-Dickhouse discussing the local organization and sponsorship opportunities. And Hallie Burton, Miss Gainesville 2024, shares her personal experiences and community involvements. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Thanks for joining us for our program. I'm delighted to introduce my guest, Rachel Smith-Dickhouse, Executive Director, Miss Gainesville Scholarship Program. And Rachel, also a good friend,
Yes.
and Miss Gainesville 2013
Yes.
and 2015.
Yes. Lucky enough to win it twice, so very happy about that.
And definitely, congratulations.
Thank you.
And in our years of friendship with Harvey and John, we've said we need to do an Ilene Silverman
Yes.
show about the Miss Gainesville organization that exists here locally in North Central Florida. And here we are,
Here we
finally.
are. Yes.
And I'm pleased.
Yes.
So help us understand the Miss Gainesville Scholarship Program and how it started here in our local area.
Yeah, so Marissa Amkraut-Mamo, she originally started it back in 2007 is when she first incorporated, and in 2008 was the first competition for the Miss Gainesville organization. And since then we've given out probably over $100,000 in
Wow.
scholarships, and we've had multiple young women come through our program and just have excelled not only within the Miss Florida and Miss America organizations, but just in their own personal lives as well.
Oh, it definitely, I would say, is a life-changing event to be a
Definitely.
title holder
It
within
is.
this opportunity. You'd never be the same, and you wouldn't have the same opportunities without it.
Yeah, I always say I wouldn't be where I am today without the Miss America opportunity, and especially the Miss Gainesville organization, since that was the first local title that I ever won within this organization. So it definitely shaped me who I am today, and one of the reasons why I'm still here in Gainesville.
Right, well, we're lucky. And I mean, okay, when we think about Miss America, because this is the local franchise that evolves into Miss America, we all think being little girls standing in front of the TV, doing the walk,
Yes.
you know, and the wave, and imagining that. And then here is somebody in front of me that this has happened to.
It is crazy to think about watching Miss America on TV and then being a part of that, even just at the local level, and then going to Miss Florida to compete.
Right.
And think about, well, if I win Miss Florida,
I
I'm
go
going to Miss America.
I
Exactly.
mean, but there's so much more. This is, as I've delved into this opportunity for the show, so much more than that meets the eye of the wave and the walk.
Exactly.
It takes a lot to get to that space,
Yes.
that moment. And so help us understand more about the titles and how it all evolves.
Yeah, so currently our organization has 4 different titles. We have our both Miss Gainesville and Miss Ocala, as well as the Miss Gainesville's teen and Miss Ocala's teen. And so each young woman earns a scholarship once they win their title, and then we prep them to be able to compete at Miss Florida.
Okay.
And, you know, we actually last year, our Miss Gainesville's teen won Miss Florida's teen, and then placed in the top 10 of Miss America's teen.
Oh, impressive.
So we've had a long legacy of title holders doing not only great things in our local community, but also in the state and national level.
Going forward.
Exactly.
Yes. And beginning at a young age, we're going to be meeting in the show. In our next segment, we'll be meeting Miss Gainesville 2024, Hallie Burton. I think she started as Little Miss Sunshine, age 6. And I know things keep changing and evolving,
Yes.
but there are opportunities that lead you forward.
Oh, exactly. And yeah, our Miss Florida Sunshine Sisters program is a great way to start out. And actually, Leah Roddenberry, who was Miss Florida, I believe 2022, she was started out as a Sunshine Princess for Laura Rutledge, who is now on ESPN. But then she won Miss Florida's teen as well as Miss Florida. So it goes to show you can start at a young age, and then this program is all
follow
about empowering young women. And Miss America is the largest scholarship provider for young women in the world.
Well, and if we think back, 100 years, the beginning of Miss America with bathing suits because women were not allowed to wear them in public on the beach, it has gone, a whole turnaround.
Yes, starting out in Atlantic City and then going to Vegas, and now actually in our home state of Orlando, Florida, will be
the next Miss America,
exactly,
right?
Yes.
That will bring in a lot more Floridians
Yes.
and a lot of excitement for us in this home base because we have someone competing in Miss Florida.
Yes, our very own Miss Gainesville 2022, Cassandra Fink, who won the title of Miss Florida this past year, will be competing December 31st through January 5th in Orlando, Florida. So we're very excited for her.
We're looking forward. We're going to have a watch party,
a
viewing party. Yes, we are.
Definitely.
And we're going to take a quick break, but we have lots more to talk about. So stay with us. We'll be right back. We're back talking about the Miss Gainesville Scholarship Pageant, and I'm thrilled to introduce Hallie Burton, Miss Gainesville 2024. And Hallie, yay! Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, well, we're very excited. As I said to Rachel, we'd been talking about doing this show, and then I met you at Fanfares and Fireworks with WUFT, and we became friends, and here we are now. And I can see what a busy, exciting year it is when you are Miss Gainesville. Yes. There's a lot happening.
Yes.
And I know you're a student at UF and a senior. And what's your major?
I am studying public relations with the goal of going into sports, either public relations or down the road broadcasting.
Right. Well, I think being Miss Gainesville certainly gives you a lot of opportunity. And Rachel, I mean, it provided that for you. And how does the whole thing, what is a day in the life of a title holder mean? Because besides busy, I see busy.
So when, our title holders win and, end of January, it starts a lot of Miss Florida preparations. And we focus a lot on interview and resume building because those that's one of the things I think that differentiates us from other local organizations within the state is we focus a lot on that, mainly because I personally believe that those are the intangible skills that you can take outside of this organization.
Right, for wherever you go
Exactly.
in your life as you continue on.
So Miss Florida is usually end of June, so after that, it's still another 6 months that we get to
even
have
more
with
excitement.
them. So, as our organization, we help get about, I would say, one appearance a month for our young women. However, we've been very lucky with our Miss Gainesvilles and Miss Ocalas that they're very much self-starters.
I can see. They seek out their own opportunities.
Exactly.
Yes.
And so anything on top of that, we find opportunities for them. But a lot of times, for example, Hallie will find something that's more in line with her platforms and just, whatever works best for her and with her connections and things like that. So, we do some, but it's really, the girls do a lot
in charge of their own schedule too.
Mm-hmm.
And one, is 1 degree of separation in North Central Florida in Gainesville. One person knows another and it kind of just evolves. And you talk about your platform, your personal interests. What was yours?
Mine was Gigi's Playhouse, which is a Down Syndrome Achievement Center. They used to have a place here in Gainesville.
We covered it on a program, one of our shows when it opened up.
Yes, and it was one of those places, my brother has Down syndrome, and that I thought, well, this would have been great to have
when he was young.
When he was younger, and for my parents as well, because it was both for those with special needs and then the caretakers. And so I always wanted to do something kind of more involved with that. And usually there's a personal connection with our platforms and community service initiatives. So
right. And what about you, Hallie?
So 8 years ago, I founded Serve Our State. It's a nonprofit corporation that focuses on youth volunteerism and focuses on building servant leadership. And for me, a huge component of my life is mental health advocacy. It's something that I've lived through, I've experienced other people living through. So I try to seek that with community service.
And combine that.
Yes.
And so much since, COVID and post-COVID, and things have changed. Do you find, you talk about mental health, just greater needs?
Yeah, I think one of the coolest things about it is I feel like a lot more people are talking about it, and that's the number one way to advocate for it, is to help destigmatize it and normalize it. It's something that I've dealt with my entire life, but I never really thought about it until I heard other people talking about it.
And then you're able to share and come to another situation.
And that's where the title of Miss Gainesville has been so awesome. I get to go to elementary schools, and I get to put on a crown, and I get to talk about it. And, you know, princesses have bad days too, and it's okay to not always be okay. And I think it's really cool to have that message align with this childhood dream of mine to be Miss Gainesville.
Which you've achieved, right?
Yes,
but then I can see when you go out and you have on the crown and the sash, there is something. And probably it changes you. You say the intangible. It changes you a little bit, and maybe even gives you that courage, that opportunity to launch out and express your ideas, thereby changing other people, and it's also positive. I know we're about to take another quick break, but Rachel, as your life has continued on and you're a very, very busy person, think about just a quick story from your days as Miss Gainesville.
Well, I think the first time I met you was at a Catholic
That's
Charities
right.
event when I was Miss
Gainesville.
Gainesville. Yes,
I remember. We had a picture together.
Yes. So those are fun things. I met Chris Doring during that an appearance, and so it's just I've met cool people along the way, but.
And they've become part of your life.
Exactly, yes. And then it's one of those things, too, where I'm glad that I was Miss Gainesville, because now living here and being a young professional in the area, it's helped me so much.
And now, as executive director, you're able to help many other young women achieve that same dream.
Yes.
We're going to take another quick break. Stay with us. We'll be right back. We're back discussing the Miss Gainesville Scholarship Program. And Hallie, we did get a sense of you and Rachel with a day in the life of Miss Gainesville, but I can see you have already achieved so much, even before you were Miss Gainesville. And for that, I definitely applaud you. And I remember finding out that you were always a superhero, and that was always your Halloween costume. I think that says what a good person you are, wanting to help others. And so it's natural that you would have this book, your book, The Super Servers who serve our community, which is one of your overviews. So tell us about the book.
Yeah, so I released it this year, and it's an activity book that really focuses on leadership development for our youth. There's a lot of different activities in there to grow your superpowers and your passion of purpose, but I love having 5 of my own super servers, and they represent different organizations that I've either partnered with or hosted different events with throughout the time. Mabel looks the most like me. She's a mental health advocate, so it was only fair that she was one of those 5, but I think it's really cool to have 5 different storybook characters that show my life and kind of the different passions that I've served. And then we have Josephine, who serves the American Heart Association, and that is a partner of the Miss America organization.
Right, so yes, so very appropriate. And as I look through the book, I can see where it would give the children reading it the opportunity to share their own feelings, because the superheroes sort of give you the okay to feel certain ways.
Exactly.
And then there's these affirmations in the back for feeling very positive about yourself.
Those superpowers.
Yes.
I like to say the super servers are here to save the day.
Oh, well, I think they are, and they can. And you're certainly working hard to save the day. And for that, so you've done so many things. How about as an ambassador to Peru? Share that.
Yeah, I had the amazing opportunity to be one of 13 United States delegates to spend a week in Peru performing during the International Festival de Primavera, and that opportunity was once in a lifetime. But from that, I learned and continued to share my passion for baton twirling. That's my talent as Miss Gainesville. I was lucky enough to be a preliminary talent winner at Miss Florida, and we also talked kind of about that development and that preparation going into Miss Florida, and so it was really cool to have Rachel, who is a director who also happened to be a twirler at the University
It's such
of
a
Florida.
combination.
Yes, yeah. So I think it's really cool to kind of see where my passions aligned with also continuing to develop as a young woman.
Definitely, and great opportunities. As part of University of Florida, you've also had many opportunities, well, as a Gatorette, and we've mentioned twirling, but your role in the leadership group that helps first-time students at UF.
Yeah, so going into UF, I joined this program called the Florida's Future Leadership Program. It's F of LP, and it's normally 25 to 26 of UF's strongest freshman leaders and helps them develop as a leader. I've already talked about leadership development, and it's very important to me. And now, as a senior, I have the opportunity to be the director of that program. I sat through around 40 hours of interviews, and we selected 26 of UF's strongest freshman leaders, and I have the opportunity to help them develop as they continue their career at the University of Florida.
Oh, I know that's very satisfying. Yes.
It's definitely very full circle.
Oh, it is. And it just makes life so much better. And you've done other things about literacy and books. Can you share that?
Yeah, so during COVID, I started a project called Bookin' It, and we received several thousand donations for Title I elementary schools with the end goal of lessening the socioeconomic education level gap. And so I was able to work alongside a friend, and we hosted free book fairs for kids in our area. And I think that was super cool, and that is something that's transitioned into college. I've worked with other nonprofits here in Gainesville, and now I have a book that I'm able to donate and all of those cool things as well.
Right, and so of course full circle again.
Yes, yeah.
All right, any last few memories, something you would like to share with us?
Well, I love that we were able to connect as being Miss Gainesville. You mentioned how we met at fanfare and fireworks.
Correct, you got
and
it.
then I had the opportunity to wear one of your dresses at your store. And so I think it's really cool to have those opportunities that as a University of Florida student, I've been so fortunate, and even more fortunate as Miss Gainesville.
Oh, I agree, and well said. And thank you, Hallie. I appreciate our friendship.
Yeah, I appreciate it too.
Thank you. And we're going to take another quick break. Stay with us. We'll be right back. We're back talking about the Miss Gainesville Scholarship Program. And Hallie, thank you for sharing so much positive information about you, your year, and all that you're achieving. And Rachel, thank you for all that you have brought to this pageant. And tell us what's coming up next.
Yes, so we have our next Miss Gainesville competition, which is going to be January 25th at Eastside High School at 6 o'clock, and we'll be crowning a new Miss Gainesville, Miss Ocala, and Miss Gainesville's teen and Miss Ocala's teen. We're so sad to lose Hallie. But
I know. Well, I have an idea though. Once you are a title holder, you stay connected.
Oh yes,
Yeah,
yeah,
forever.
You know, we had talked about the 4 points of the crown, which is style, service,
Success,
and
scholarship.
but the base of it is sisterhood, and that's
that says it.
yes.
Yeah.
You know, with Miss Gainesville specifically, we have a group that we make sure all our Miss Gainesvilles are still a part of. And whoever has been a part of our Team Gainesville, we make sure we're stay connected with everyone.
Well, and I think rightly so. And you wear the crown beautifully, but it's good to know what all the points stand for. And I think in terms of women and empowering other women, that sisterhood, whether it's the young girls who are reading your book or others that you've already known through your years with Miss Gainesville. It says a lot. We women need to empower each other. We need to help each other achieve and build on success and be an advocate for each other. And I see the way that the whole program is. It definitely is geared to that and achieving it. And yet, it does take a lot of, to get all this going, it's a nonprofit.
Yes.
How do you make this happen?
Well, it's 100% volunteer. Miss America, in general, it's just everyone that is a part of the Miss America opportunity is a volunteer. And so, we require a lot of funds, not only for our scholarship, but just to kind of make the show happen and to get these girls ready to go compete in Miss Florida, but then also just be well-rounded young women within our community. And so we're always looking for sponsorship opportunities and people to come to Miss Gainesville and support our young women within the area.
Yeah.
Well said. And you have a board of directors.
We do, yes.
You need judges for the pageant.
Yes.
I mean, there's a lot of planning that goes into this. Wardrobing, there's just, and people could go to the website. They could volunteer, they could donate, they could check into other sponsorship opportunities.
Yes, MissGainesville.com is our website, and from there you can find more information about our organization as well as sponsorship opportunities. And we have different tiers that if you're looking to either do in-kind or scholarship, and we're always open to anything.
No, but because so often you're really fundraising for the different philanthropies, the nonprofits, the events you attend, you're adding your crown to being there and to helping what they do, but the program itself needs assistance
Yes,
to keep it going.
Yes, especially some of the in-kind sponsorships that we have are the ones that are most valuable, and we prep for mock interviews, and so again, volunteers for that, and for it to
Interesting.
Provide water for the young women to go, just to be there and to participate within those mock interviews as well as the competition day. Simple things like that you may not think of. We
But
always
are very important.
Yeah.
Well, on behalf of my business, Eileen's Gator Store, and our Joseph Ribkoff, Montreal designer, who was once a sponsor of Miss America for years, we are happy to give both of you the opportunity for selecting a new outfit to carry you forward, because I see it does take a lot of dressing up and getting out there.
Yes. Just a small
So
part of it, but
we're
it's a
happy
big
to
part.
be an
Yes.
in-kind.
Yeah.
And I can see where a lot of other organizations in our community and people could come forward and be an assist to this. I've learned a lot of very positive. Is there any last thing, Hallie, you would like to say?
I was going to say the Miss Gainesville Scholarship Program, those scholarships that I've received from it have been revolutionary. As a senior at the University of Florida, it's helped cover my entire senior year. So I think having the opportunity to not only grow and develop in this organization, but also to grow and develop as my education journey continues, I think that's also been incredible.
Might not have been possible without this.
Yes.
It would have been a lot harder. Yes.
Yeah.
I congratulate you and I thank you both. And I'm so glad that you tuned in, and I hope you will join us next time. Take care.